Welcome back, everybody, and this is another edition of Buster Quest, and we have an update for the HasLab that's going on right now, which it just happens to be the Two in the Box HasLab, Ghost Trap, and PKE meter. And this update is to let folks know we overnight. Let's see, today is currently December 7th. So, and it is currently about 3:15 in the afternoon Eastern time, and we overnight we passed the 18,000 backer mark. So we are now currently at 18,372. So the exact time is 3:18. Let's refresh that. 372, still the same. So yeah, we are. So there's everything regarding that piece of it. So it was very exciting to see that actually transfer over. So with that actually hitting 18,000, that means that all the backers are going to get all three stretch goals, or the tiers. So you had your startup pack, and then you had your startup, your start stretch goal, which is some stickers and things like that, and the patch. And then we had the second stretch goal, which was a holster for the trap, and then the final stretch goal that we just hit is a holster for the PKE meter, the little guy. Out of everything, the PKE meter is the smallest and has the least number of parts. So that's what we've got going on there. Now, per a recent video from Adam Savage on the Tested channel on YouTube, there is a fourth tier, as it were. Could it be a stretch goal? Maybe, because it was mentioned that to get this final goal, they would need 20,000 backers. And we may very well get it, because we still have like 4 days left to go in the campaign before it ends. Could we get 1,700 more? I think we could. So Hasbro could, not me or we necessarily, but the numbers could reach that 20,000. And and that is a special patch, and it is of the they're basically calling it the Ghostbusters engineering core, which is the difference on it is, of course, you got your no ghost logo, which is basically a ghost with a no symbol on it. And what this patch involves is the outer border, instead of being a solid solid red line, it's going to look like a red gear. And, could that one piece be everything for that stretch goal? Who knows? I would think we'd be getting something a little extra in one way, shape, or form. But we don't know how that's going to, go about. And are we going to see that as a stretch goal? No way to tell. But they did say need 20,000 backers in order to obtain it. Something that is floating around in my mind about it is that it won't necessarily be a stretch goal, because they have to announce it, for one. But it would seem more logical to have it as a thank you after the fact. So after the 20,000 backer goal is reached, then it would be logical for Hasbro, or HasLab in particular, to come back and say, hey, as an extra thank you for reaching 20,000 backers, we're going to give you this. And who knows, maybe a little extra. We don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see and find out. I hope we get a notification one way or another, whether it's a new stretch goal that's being added on in order to get those numbers up, or letting it sit, waiting until after the fact of the campaign ending, and then coming back to us and saying, hey, thank you very much. As an extra thank you, here's a little something extra. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going on with that. So, and today happens to be December 7th, so it's an anniversary of Pearl Harbor Day. So as a little extra tidbit, I've already mentioned it out on social media, on Fetus Root, and also on Birdsite, what used to be Twitter, now X, now is put out a little secret. And that secret happens to be in all of my videos at the end when I say goodbye and stuff like that, I throw up a peace sign. It's not a peace sign, just so you know. Anybody that happens to assume that I'm throwing up a peace sign, you'd happen to be wrong. It's incorrect. It's actually a hark back to World War II when we were throwing up V signs. V for victory. So there you go. That is what that is for, not peace. I mean, I'm all about peace and stuff like that, but I'm harking back to World War II when the U.S. was in on it, and not by choice. We were neutral beforehand, but then Japan had to, pull us in by attacking Pearl Harbor. So today, in remembrance of Pearl Harbor, I'm throwing up a special V for victory. There you go. And whenever I use it, that's what it's for. V for victory. And, you see that back there, the Norse, they're, look at the ratings of all of my videos. They're all rated V for victorious. That's what that's all about. So there you go. Now back to the trap and the PKE meter for everything like that. So what I'm going to be showing you is a picture of, or some footage of the actual PKE meter. Now, mind you, this is the prototype, so it's not the final product, but you happen to see up there at the top, you get to see the arms and everything like that, and that was one of my points of that I made in previous Buster Quest videos, that they're very, very wide. Now, Emily already mentioned that they're going to be thinner, which is good, but the extra part that I put in is that, thinner is awesome. However, those wings should also be made out of metal. Looking down at the tip, we've got the actual nubs for the taser effect. That's awesome and everything like that, but those should be their own separate metal piece. You don't want to have a constant injection mold or casting of other metal, because metal's conductive and you want to make it look like the real thing, so you want that to be its own dedicated separate piece that you could probably just screw in or press in, clamp it on, or whatever. Leave the development group to take it from there on that one. And I also learned that a thought that I had is actually being followed, and that is on the prototype, on the wings, all the LEDs, you can see them going in sequence. Bang, 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 bang. And then starting over. Bang, 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 bang. And my notation was in the actual prop, it goes bang, 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 to randomize it, out of, let's say, 6 lights. 1 5 3 2 6 1 4 3 6 1, and so on. That kind of randomization. And it turns out that on the programming model that was actually displayed on tested, that they have it there laid out on a piece of cardboard, and when you look at the actual wings, you can see that randomization is in place. So that is fantastic. That is awesome. And I actually, I had made the note that the lighting should actually be randomized on illumination. And whether or not the development group actually thought of it, had already thought of it, if they did, great. But there hasn't been any notice necessarily, or anywhere saying that that's, they're like, hey, this is what we did. So based on that, and based on my recommendation on it, I'm just going to have to assume that they followed my instruction on how that should operate. So I'm a good boy. So, alrighty. They may have actually already thought of it, and just hadn't gotten around to it yet. But, I'd like to think it was because of me. Because I'm an angel. And that is a long story. But anyhow, it goes back to when I was born. But in either sense. So I like the fact that that randomization is in place and everything like that. So, of course, looking at the prototype, yeah, those wings are ghastly wide. It's like if you were looking for a cheap toy, yeah, that would qualify for a cheap toy where the entire thing is just molded plastic and is wider than hell. It is fracking ugly. So what we want is actual metal for wings that are casted and a lot thinner, no wider than the base section of the LEDs. The LEDs should have a rim, a raised rim portion in the middle, which can be cast as such, and have the top of the LED poke a little bit. The concave portion of it, the very top. Have that poking out. But having it be metal and having it be overall no wider than the diameter of the LEDs themselves, save for a little bit for that little round portion where the LED is seated. So that would be, I can't give a measurement, but you'd have that little rim, and then you'd have the width of the wings be there, right there. And you'd also want the wings to come down, come in, and have just a little stretch of metal underneath it, because it's a wing. It should somewhat represent wing. So, have it come down, come in, and then a little metal portion here that tapers as it extends out towards the end of the wing, so that it's wider at the base of it, or where the hinge is, and narrower at the very end. So it goes up like a wing. There you go, because wings go wide and then they go like this. You want these to simulate that, or to be similar to that. And then we've got the trap, and the trap is looking really, really good. It's the one that was shown is the Paint Master, which is no doubt the same one that they used at the 1027 event, and also at a couple others. Excuse me. Featuring my new horn mug. Thank you. Having a little sip of my drink, and there we go. And that trap is looking fantastic, and the pedal, the associated pedal that goes along with it, that's looking excellent as well. I would say as far as physically goes, they don't need to change. As far as the doors on the trap goes, they're currently programmed to, basically go from here to here. It's articulated very nice, but they go about that fast. And as we saw in Afterlife, when they fired up the big trap at the end, when they had the whole, they had like 110, I think it was 110, I could be wrong, but they had 110 traps in the dirt, and they all went in sequence, bang, 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 where they just snapped open and they snapped shut and stuff like that. That snapping action is what people are going to expect, very likely, are going to expect to happen on this trap, so that it just goes bang, that, with a solenoid, that it just snaps open and snaps shut, not this articulated motion with a motor. Use a solenoid, so it goes snap and snap. That's what people are going to expect. with the pedal, when using the pedal, when it's, when the pedal action goes down. Of course, we see in this display model, stuff like that, that there's a pause where, they step on it or they push it down or it gets depressed. And then there's a pause and then the trap opens up. So basically, boom, like that. That's way too slow. We want bang, 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 bang. We want that kind of action. So solenoid, no delay. That's what people are going to be expecting. I'm going to just take a quick look at my desktop. Double check what I'm going through here. Programming board, that there, the trap, the meter. And there we go. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything regarding my particular updates. And so yeah, we've got that. If I can get that live, and of course it's not live. Why is it? Come on, open. Yeah, it's not coming on. But regardless, we've met the 18,000 to get all of the published 3 tiers of stretch goals. So we get the little sticker pack with a patch. We get the trap holster with another patch, the HasLab patch. And then we also get the PKE meter holster with another patch, but it is of the mini puff, which is cute, and it was displayed at the end of Afterlife. It's cute. It's nothing really super great or anything like that, but it's cute. It'd be good to have. Nice little collector's item. And my recommendation is everybody keep those in the box. Don't let those get nasty and stuff like that or ruined in any fashion. But here we go. So that is this update. Got hiccups, excuse me. So that is today's update regarding Buster Quest and the 2-in-the-box trap and PKE meter crowdfunding campaign. And we have 4 more days left in this campaign. And tomorrow I'm going to be going out and I'll be posting, hey, there's only 3 days left. That's tomorrow. So but that's it for today. And I'm just throwing that together so people can see it, see what's going on. And we'll pick it up from there. So thank you very much. Come on back in the future. Skál. And we'll talk to you later. Take it easy.